Ooh.
All right.
So.
Is the Wednesday one?
Well, they're talking about those. That's.
That was it.
No, this is Groundhog Day storm, which is like Tuesday. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Okay.
This is saying,
Wednesday.
oh yeah, well you definitely want to be out of Ohio.
Yes.
But yeah.
Right. We're ready. Look like we're pretty ready to go. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to get a couple of simple stretches. We're just going to go through just a quick 5 stretches that we normally do. Let's start with the flat foot ones, just so we can work on technique. And then we're going to go into the speed round where we're going to actually time and add a little bit of energy to those. So let's go ahead and yeah, we're just kind of modifying. I'm going to push this back. That way, when we're running.
Playing around with camera location, ignore me, do what he says.
So there we go. So let's go ahead and get the flat foot. Just let's get those nice and slow and warm them up before we start going fast. Don't need a lot of them. So this is where the time you get a chance, like push yourself a little bit farther where you feel comfortable still. You know, the idea is sooner or later your butt's going to be under your knees. Right? But believe me, it took me a while to get there. So
as they call it, ass to grass.
Ass to grass, that's right. All right, the next one we're going to do, this time we're going to go our normal one. We're just going to go down, heels off the ground, but back nice and straight. And then up, and then we're just going to push with our toes. Just to really remind us. And back down, back up, push with your toes. Again, if you have a pole or a chair, if you don't have good balance, this is a place you can just put one hand as a balance point. The idea here is to get some strength in those feet.
2 fingers, that's all you need for balance.
All right. So again, the idea was we're really focusing on those toes. At minimum in the fast exercises, that's fine. You don't need to jump. You can just push yourself onto those toes. Let's make sure we get a couple of these that are really good. Get in your normal stance. Heel to toe at minimum. I don't care if you're funny foot or not. We're going to switch it. It doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and push onto the ball first. And then we're going to push onto the toe. You can see that that's 2 different movements. And they're going to roll all the way back. This is basically fundamentally like a rocking chair. We're just nice and easy. You can see my head is not doing this. Okay. The head should be on a level. This is a chance, again, to make sure that your form is really good. Very hard to get good form when we're doing them speed rounds. Here's on the ball, find my balance, and then I push it a little farther. Good. All right, switch feet. Same thing. This is going to be the opposite foot, so it's going to be a little less. So find the ball of your foot. A lot of people want to roll out a little bit onto the sides of their foot here. Be careful with that because you're also weakening the knee position. Try to find that ball of the foot and then a little farther, right onto those toes. And then back. Here it's even more important. You can watch your head and going up and down because it's something that you're not usually doing all the time. And then back. And then forward. And then back. All right. I've heard a bunch of knee over toe stuff. There's some great websites on that. I've read a lot of PT stuff on that. There's 3 different studies on that, mostly around squats. There's a lot of fighting over if it's true or not. The key here is if you're not doing that, normal walking down and upstairs, do it, running, all of those things bring knees over toes. You're better to have good, strong structure in those small pieces of your muscles to make sure it's balanced and you can do that. Otherwise, if you never do it, you're going to be weak in those structures. The real worry here is being outside of toe or inside of toe. These are the weak structures that are really hard. All right, so those are our basics. Now we're going to go ahead and I got to grab my other phone so we can time it. There's our
Quick reminder for anyone who wasn't here last week, the exercises we're going to do the 20-second on, 10-second rest intervals. We're going to do flat foot squats, which is just the basic ones we did at the beginning. And then we're going to do jump squats. So going to squat, jumping off the ground, or if you can't do the jump, just go up on your toes, make it enthusiastic. We're going to do basic lunges, just alternating one leg and the other. You have in and out here. And I don't remember that last week.
I think we did the ins and outs.
Right, I'm just.
You just don't want to remember.
Yeah. So the in and outs is we're gonna jump out to the squat.
And again,
Squat.
you don't have to touch. Just go down a little bit where you're comfortable.
Do ice skaters, which is the side to side jumps. I can't read the list from here, so I have to keep walking.
And last one is just the power jump squats. So the idea is it's those same ones. So we're going to go down, straight back, and then burst at the end.
Power 180.
Oh, and then I still have that. Yeah, I think I accidentally did that one.
Yeah, it was like last time we did the high knees.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're right. We're high knees. Excuse me. We did the jump
we'll add
squat.
power 180s later in life.
Yeah. And then we'll just do the high knees. So we're pretty good. We only have, I believe, 6 exercises. So is everybody ready?
We'll call them out for you. And the timer is right next to the mic, but we'll still call it out anyway.
Yep.
So ready for squats?
What's the first one? Squats. Okay. All righty.
Yep.
And
Ready for squats? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Round 1.
jumping ones or not? Oh, okay. These are just left foot squats. There we go. That's later on.
This is your like combined cardio and agility warm up. And rest.
Next one's the jump one. Sorry.
Over enthusiastic.
I am.
Round 2.
Five seconds. Ready, go.
Round 3.
Next is our in and outs. That's your jump out to the squat, touch the floor. Go.
Round 4.
Oh, that.
Our side to side jumps. 2, 1, go.
Round 5.
Five seconds. with our last one.
A really sucky one.
Ready, go.
Round 6. Final.
We did it.
Yay! All right, everybody get a quick drink of water and we need to get breath. Whew. Always a good warm up. Yeah. It is. It's a good workout though. Exactly. In the video, there's no. All right. So everybody will notice there's a lot of burst exercises in the legs. It's not too bad. There's a lot of bursts in the legs, which is great because when we're fighting, there's a lot of bursting around. We want to get around, change angles. Want to burst in, burst out. All right. That burst in the legs allows for much better movement. The agility ladder allows us to understand the steps better and know how our body works while we do these things. So that's why it's so important. As we move forward, we'll add a few more. As I find what might be work out better, we might stretch some of them from 20 seconds to 30 seconds. But right now, I just want to work through the beginning of this. Let us know so I can make sure we're making it good for everybody. Let us know in either of the chats, the Zoom or our normal Facebook chat, if, hey, this is good right now. Hey, maybe a couple more, or maybe I need more time between. And we'll try to find something that works. Just remember, there's a lot of us, so everybody's going to be a little bit different. So in the ladder is where you can find, especially since you're by yourself, you can find a lot more time to do a ladder with perfect form. That was weird. A ladder with perfect form, and then a ladder speed with speed. That way, pick up the pace. That's a very good practice to have while you're fighting as well, because as you fight, picking up the pace becomes one of those things where it's just like running. You pick up the pace, draw your opponent into that pace, and then slow that pace down while your opponent stays high. He'll realize he's burning, and then as he drops, you can pick it up again. That allows you to control tension with your opponent. So today we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to go back to the original series. What was that? All rotations? No, what was that? Oh, all drop step.
We're not back to that yet.
Oh, what did we miss?
Today we're going to do all the quick feet exercises.
Oh, okay.
All right, so today, lots of quick feet, more of the like agility based stuff. So that means we're going to start out with the good old 2-foot run.
Yay. Better, but you gotta do the other foot. That works. I was working on it. I think I already did that.
And good online, folks.
Crab walk.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's different. Both side is watching a little bit. All right, what's next?
Next one is everyone's favorite hopscotch.
It is.
So, jump back to the side, jump in the box.
Try and get your hips lower. Go in a straight line, no bouncing.
Minimize our. What did you possibly can? Quick fix of the ladder. All right, so now this is where we're gonna skip all that drop step work. We're gonna come to our lateral in, out, out. Skipping just to the quick flip stuff, which funny enough goes pretty quick. So step in, back out. Whole body in and out. Not the silky.
You got time? Go ahead and speed it up. And your other foot first. Again, the key on this one is these are very small drop forward and drop back steps. As you get faster in these, you lose a little bit of that. You can see if I do it very fast, my upper body's staying in the same place compared to I'm in, I'm out. Nice, Vim. Yeah, stay on the balls of those feet. Good, Abelard. That looks good. That's the way, Dramaticus. Like, let's see you get down a little bit lower now. That's it. Push yourself. Good.
People
Good.
finish this round.
Nice job, Margarita. Looks like everybody has this one down pretty well.
Okay. Next one is going to be our forward in and out out. So now body moves in a perfectly straight line forward and our feet are going to go underneath us. The sound effect here.
Nice.
Right foot and with your left foot. If that's going well for you, foot going backwards. Start up in your challenge. You can do what Scissor's doing over here and pick up your sword and shield or whatever equipment you're going to fight with. Practice holding those in place while you do this. Yeah, wherever you are in the rotation.
Almost the end. That's the way, yeah. That's the way. Nice job, Casimir. Awesome.
That's awkward.
That is hard, isn't it?
It's awkward.
Good, Nessa.
Way to do it. Right to back. Hips under you. Yeah. Just let that weight carry you back. Yes. If you lean forward, it's hard.
Have to try it backwards. Go ahead and give it a go.
Backwards is always a little tough because you're falling backwards. So you have that hip little weight in the back, and then you're staying on your toes. Get some run in there, huh? That's it, just nice and slow. Good. Nice job, Casimir.
And even though we did them last week, I consider them quick foot exercises. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our jab jumps again.
Yes.
So that's our jump in, jump out. We're going to not turn sideways. We're not going to let our feet get all weird. Hips face the line.
This is a lot like the 2 feet in, 2 foot out. The idea here is that you fall in, fall out.
One time going to your right and one time going to your left.
Excellent. Good. Excellent. And like I said, you see Sigrid doing, the idea is if you're doing this with the sword and shield, is to stay in your good neutral stance. So if you're doing this with sword and shield, you're here. When you take this here, you don't want to bend backwards because then you're all pointing up. And then you don't want to be out bending forward because then you're all pointing down. The idea is here, bend, back, bend. Okay? This is not a good reason. Just a small stick or anything in your hand can help you orient where your sword is. You don't want that thing to drop up and down. You don't want to travel outside. You want to be wherever. And that means you normally hold it here. That's fine. Here I am. Okay. So however you normally hold it, that's your neutral stance, and that's where you want to come.
All right, and our last quick foot exercise of the day. We're going to do our switch foot. So just like it sounds, I'm here, and I switch my feet underneath me. Body stay centered right on the edge of this ladder. Back once. Don't be pointing your toes out in front of you or keep it back behind. Square in the center, and just something to do your knees.
So this is a case where your body is staying over the line as you do it, but now you're falling sideways. So your balance is actually this foot comes up, if this foot's in, when you switch, that foot comes off the ground and I fall that way.
You can try to keep your core engaged and nice and tight.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just noticed that as I was going down, it's like at that center, yeah.
Ever feeling unstable or
Perfect,
wobbly,
yes.
tighten up the core. That's where most of your balance comes from.
Oh, good.
Next one.
All right, next one we're gonna do, you could do it right next to the side of your ladder. We're just gonna do shuffles. All right, we're gonna do essentially easy gather shuffles. The gather is just that foot takes a drop step and then comes back in, drop step, right down the ladder and then back. Right? All right, so we're gonna do those back and forth. Go ahead.
So as you saw here
One
with our big
person on
group,
either side.
you can 2 at a time. You don't have to match each other. But like y'all, you're at the level you can
Little deeper.
totally
Yeah,
match
those
each
toes.
other
There we
as
go,
a
good.
challenge.
This is important in a fight, especially melees, where maybe somebody, if I'm in a melee and I'm trying to hook around Louis is just gonna slide, get over there, now I can't do it anymore. If he's faster than me, you have to get on the outside of me and cut me back inside. Bring that back. There you go. Back up again. Get those hips under you. There, right there. Much better. See how those hips have to actually come forward, right? Up.
Very nice, Margarita.
You do these processes.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Like it.
We're gonna do double step and cross. Nice, Casimir. Great stuff. Nice, Vim. That looks good. Now squat down in a little deeper. That's how you got a little bit of duck butt going.
Get that back up. There you go.
Better.
All the while, be careful with those knees. These lateral things will want to get you.
Yep. All right. And again, if you only have a couple feet to do it, that just means you gotta switch directions faster, which means that you're actually switching that lean or the way you're moving faster, which is really good, because in a fight, that's what you want to be able to change fast. It takes you a long time to change your direction. Your opponent actually can get ahead of you if they change it faster.
Well, yeah. If we ever really want to work on that, we can get into sideways suicide sprints, basically.
Yeah.
Like you go here to there and back, and then there. And back,
Exactly.
and then there. Or we could do it the other way and do the long one first.
So Saad's coming up with all kinds of great stuff to torture you, and we'll try to put those in next time, and then you guys can blame her.
It's okay, guys. I hate me too.
All right, next one is going to be the shuffle. So the feet just come together. Ooh, baby. Oh, I can tell I haven't done this in a while. Good. So take this slow the first time through, because I messed it up.
You're not fully crossing over.
You're not fully crossing over, you're just shuffling.
It's going to be real similar to the other.
first time we did the drop outside. Right? This time it's comes together. We're gonna do the crossing step. So first time, you're right. I mean, so first time it's come together and then now it comes together. You focus on this one. This other time, this one comes out.
First one is the step out.
Just which
Right.
foot you move first.
But the time you get in the middle is
One at a time, different.
yes,
When you get to a bunch of rows,
it starts being the same.
it's similar,
And
it's
one,
still a
if each
little
other comes
different.
right next to each other, and the other one they do.
Right. If you do the first one right, then what's happening is you try not to get them close together. You try to keep a wider stance.
My legs are sort of staying out here for that.
So yes,
Whereas with the other one.
where the other one you can touch and go. But the one that really shows it is the crossing step. And in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to throw this back behind us. You'll find that you cover the distance of the ladder much faster.
Yeah, with 3 steps.
Like 3 steps.
And then if you have a slidey floor like us, you get an extra foot at the end when you slide after your feet stop moving.
Ready? So I have to remember on the gathering one. No. they don't have it. This first one comes here. Comes together.
Abelard, I think the answer is yes.
This one, if this
Ultimately,
one
what we
lifts, right?
actually want is to be in our stance,
Take up that.
but
space.
you
So this is
are
the
absolutely
gathering.
correct. That's not what we were doing there.
If you go slower.
We were just focusing on the in-out part, but good reminder.
Together, together.
So, because I can, I'm gonna go try it again with actually having a stance. Thanks.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
We were just going over a couple of things.
No, that's okay. I'm on the computer now and wasn't sure what was working. You know me.
So the difference between the first, which is a drop step and gather, you want to gather back to where your stance is. If we do this really slow, this is no different than like when we do a drop step like that. And then a shuffle is that foot comes and then you fall sideways. Foot comes together and then you spread them back out to where they're supposed to be.
I think I'm moving the piano.
So just one
Basically
more
gives
time.
you another option for sticking the landing.
Right. Spread back together. Spread back to good form. Spread back to good form.
Basically gives you another option for sticking the landing in that kind of motion.
Yeah, and the feet here, your feet are together. And when your feet come together, you can actually still travel a lot more.
Yep.
Right. So, and then when you add this behind, you're creating a whip, which creates even farther.
So when I'm doing that behind step, but I'm starting from my stance here where my left foot is forward, am I trying to drop that?
No,
behind,
it's in
or
front.
am I just letting that go in front?
Let that front go in
Okay.
front. So go
It's in
ahead.
front.
Yes.
Let it be there.
Oh, you know, I don't know what I did on the way back.
Like, I'm pretty sure you switched when me and you were going together.
I switch feet. Okay.
You switched and had it backwards both ways.
Okay.
Which is valid.
Yeah.
But I figured I'd bring it up because Abelard asked a question
Yeah.
about like, are we just lining up or are we actually doing the stance?
Yeah.
And
So.
what's the difference? So
Yeah, the biggest piece here is if we fall back to good stance each time, we don't want to be too wide. We can switch feet. Like here, I could go ahead and switch foot and I go back. Like cross over the front. Then on the way back, I cross over the back.
you have an extra step in the middle there. And, you know, I can, if I'm taking a step forward or something and then going sideways, then sure, your feet can switch. You just have to understand that it takes that extra little beat, that extra step.
And the reason this works in a
Sometimes that's what
fight
you
is
want.
sometimes I'm going to try to get on the outside of side here. And if she's really good, and this is how you tell a good person with footwear, is they track you and stay in good form, good pressure. So as I'm doing this, she's tracking me. I can't get outside her. Except for a second there,
Well,
right?
I'll get outside for you when it trips.
So she's tracking me. So I might change this. I might start slow and then do a big back step and get around the edge. Here, let me do that faster and closer. Here we are. So I might start just simple gathers and then I swing around. Or I speed it up, slow it down. Here we go. Simple. And then I get onto the outside angle. Again, she's pointing at where I was, not where I am.
Yeah, or at best I've started turning, which now I'm pointed at you, but I'm turning, so I'm still behind.
Right.
You still really have
Or
the
more, to the
outside.
point, or more to the point, do you want to turn to where they're going to be?
Yeah, I mean, because this is, if I could also get that person that has great movement because they're tracking you, and I get them, I control them. Here she's going. I just literally stopped and went the other direction because she's following me,
Yeah.
right?
You really change that fast when you're following.
Yeah, it's very hard to change that fast when you're following somebody. This is the idea, like, I'm waiting for you to do something. If you wait, it's like, I'm waiting for you to throw a shot so I can counter. You're still waiting. So if she threw a fake, it's like she's gonna throw the offside. Bang. I'm just waiting for her to move. This time she's gonna fake and then throw the offside. Now I'm in position. She got to roll over outside my sword. So again, it's because I'm waiting. You have to be careful about waiting for somebody to do something. You can wait. I can wait in a good guard. It still put pressure. Still look for stuff. I'm taking my time. I'm watching, but I'm still fighting. I'm not just here going,
You're not just.
waiting for you to throw a shot. And then I block and then they change up. I'm waiting. So you have to be really careful about giving up engagement in a fight.
Okay, so I guess the moral is it's okay to wait, but don't wait too long.
Well, the real moral is if you find yourself just truly waiting, you're going to lose in the end. The idea is here, I'm not going to throw the first blow, but I am going to start tensioning that person like I'm fighting. And I'm still looking. I'm not throwing. I'm kind of waiting for my chance. But you notice that I'm not waiting for them to throw it.
Okay.
Germanicus, do you do computer code at all?
I was a CS major.
Okay, so I have an analogy that you will understand. So to me, it's the difference between I am waiting because the program is stuck in a loop where it says I can't do anything until they throw that shot that I'm waiting for, as opposed to being prepared where I'm still running through the program and I'm doing all of the other things that I'm going to do. But if they throw a shot, I have a response ready to go. As
Okay,
opposed
so
to-
polling versus interrupting.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least to me, that's the way my brain is interpreting this difference.
Yes.
Is I'm prepared if they throw that shot, but I'm not just hanging around with nothing else to do until that shot comes. Not like
Yeah,
stuck
so
in-
you have so it's kind of between polling and interrupting, because in pure polling, you're not doing anything until the loop comes back around. So you still have the
Right.
option of the interrupt, but you're not waiting on the interrupt purely.
Exactly. Like it's the idea of just putting checkpoints all the way through the loop. Like, is this all right? Is this all right? Is this all right? Is this all right? Okay, start over again. Compared to, oh, error. Right? You know, the idea is all through this waiting, I'm testing and I'm still learning stuff. Just like in programming where you essentially like check these values.
If anyone doesn't understand computer programming and is completely lost by this entire conversation, talk to us, we'll find another analogy. to
And then
understand
come
that.
back.
You got a lot of computer nerds,
in the middle.
running this
It
show.
can change your hip
Although to be fair, Seb, I haven't written code in years. I'm a QE now, but I still don't know to understand a piece of code when I see it.
Yeah, just right. And Louis is just talking about a little bit more detailed advanced work in the falling foot. The idea, go ahead, Louis, show them.
Well, if you just, we can do the crossing step by keep doing the same one, but we can also interchange which crossing behind and crossing in front to change our hip orientation, so we can have a different shot to throw if we're on the melee field, say, chasing somebody.
And then he changes that his outside foot's closer so he can actually change. And not only that, when he changes that too,
Or if I
He
do-
could actually change directions very much faster because I'm still falling here. And then now he's pretty much, yes, so you've got a big stopping foot and he can go back the other way.
So I think that's it for ladder drills.
All right, yeah, I think those were good. All right, we're gonna, today, if everybody again has some type of small thing in their hand, doesn't matter. It could be a fork, it could be a big serving spoon, it could be anything you want. If you have room for a sword, make it a sword.
Stick like object.
All right.
Okay.
And then we are going to do a couple of falling drills. So again, this can be
You're gonna
done.
Stay away from the camera so we can actually see everything.
This could be done right on the ladder. Actually, let's do it on the ladder, so, or next to the ladder. If it gets in our way, we'll change it. Yeah, it's easy if you've got a ladder that's not, if you got a tape ladder, you can do it right on your ladder. If you don't, then you may hit it.
You might trip on it.
So these falling drills, again, the idea is we're gonna take these really slow. Our first one is just that simple long gathering step. Actually, it's actually a falling step. So that back foot is gonna take a long step. Bang, this one catches back up, gets you in your stance. So we're gonna just we're gonna lean like we lean in our practice drill. We're gonna be, here we go, onto the ball, onto the toes, fall, and then back into your step. Yeah, so now you get it the long way. I think this works. All right, so that was at the ladder. This is, so here I am to give you a feel the distance. Go spread your hands like in between. Just reach your hands up. So I'm about 6 foot away, a little bit more. The idea here is good stance. We do our long lead, step, and I'm right on the outside of their foot. You can see how close I am to them now,
You're an A rating.
right? So a lot of times when I fall into A range in this is how people are like, oh, you're teleporting. I'm not teleporting. What I'm doing is I'm falling in and I'm throwing at the same time. Bang. And then I'm back into my form since I'm so close. I cover, and then we'll add something to it. So that's with my little sword. I'm going to add a couple more feet. With a real sword, you can see, go ahead and put your hands out again. So now I'm probably about 10 feet away. Louis has pad up. Now I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to fall in. Here I am. Take your big step, and then you can throw. I'm taking these in 2 separate sessions. So if this is the first time, just do the step. But if you've seen this before, done it before, again, I'm over 10 feet away. Here we are. Lean, fall. Get back into your stance. Throw a shot. Right? So that's 3 pieces. Later, this becomes 1 piece. Here I am. I'm falling. So all of that is coming straight at the pole. Harder to see. Very hard to see. Here I'm going to put the pole directly in front of us. Here I am. You can see in this case, what's going to happen is first thing is I don't come up. You can see in the picture, you can see this. Here I am. Oh, I'm coming up. First piece is look at the direction I'm going. I'm not going perfectly straight at my opponent. I am going up, which means I'm going to lose range. Here I am. Look at that. The head track's exactly the same. Here I am. Fall in. My head tracked exactly the same way. Perspective wise, that's very hard for your opponent to see. All right. So we're going to go ahead and the first time through, if you haven't done this with a sword before, you want a sword in your hand, that's fine. You want a sword and shield, that's fine. But I just want to see a good step, flat head, and allow that body. This is hard because you have to trust your body. Lean, 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 fall, step. Good defense. Lean, 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 fall, step. Could be something if I step real close, I may be throwing a wrap. Okay? All right. So, we're gonna go ahead and have a few of our folks run through that. Louis, you got another one of those?
Remember, the trick here is,
Hey, grab it.
even as you're trying to make that step bigger and bigger, control.
Right, so one point about that is if, try not to reach for the step that you're landing into. If you reach for that, you'll be more likely to slip. And then you also kill your forward momentum with that. So it's got to be more, the feet got to be under you when you're landing and less reaching forward with the feet when you're landing.
All right, so let's go ahead, fall in, sit on your run through these guys. Go ahead, Louis, you got them?
That works.
I got one more, hold on. So you guys can just work on the fall in. So why don't you work on the fall in together? So just like her, just work on the straight fall in. Watch, this is what you're gonna do.
Very good head height. I think you should hold back from taking that step a little bit longer.
Okay.
One thing to help with that, because right now you're kind of a little bit forward and you're almost all the way there when you're starting.
Yeah.
So maybe
Start
see
further
how
back.
far back you can start, not to say that this is part of the technique, but see how far back you can start from so you can feel that slide at the right height and then you feel the transition time. Same with you, you can try that. Because it sets the height of your eyes where you want it when you lean back. Yes, way better. Yes. Now you can throw a little bit earlier. Yes. Almost a little bit too early on that one.
Okay.
Yes, better. Try and get just a little bit earlier, yeah. A little bit
Lean
too early.
forward too much.
Yeah, you reach for it. It should almost be hitting when your left foot touches down. Or just before it touches. A little bit of reach. Perfect. Reach. So try to get that, but and on the second note there is your strike. Yes, way better. You could probably shorten up the range like 2 or 3 inches and make it a little more than that. Yes. Right. Just for the heck of it, try to. Is that carpet? Just wipe the bottom of your feet once on carpet.
All right, gonna watch you guys a little bit. I want to see. Sorry, we're working on a couple of them. You're first. All right, let's see what you got. Is that your good neutral right there? There we are. Good. Very nice.
Feet didn't slip.
Good. The key on those is at the end, I want everybody to listen. I want at the end of that first drop as you're expanding into this, here you go, fall into that foot. This is where it's like, just as you're dropping in that foot, expel air. Exactly. Almost like it's almost like you're ready to blow all that energy out of you, right? And this is the most important place to be able to do this, because this is the space where you're going to be throwing your shot, and that air coming out of your system is going to relax all the tension, allow that tension out through your sword and hit somebody. All right, Netza, turning to you. Good. Let's see again. That's it.
Nice and straight. Something's pulling you there.
Good. Nice. Your timing is really nice there, Nessa. Good. Want you to keep that hand a little higher on those throws. Break that. Break it so it's, yeah, at the very end, I want you to turn it. Don't turn it early. Fall, and then at the very end, it's a really fast turn to that flat snap. So I'm going to show everybody real quick what that looks like at the end. Hold on. Here we are. So as I'm falling in, here we are. And then just as that comes, this is a fast. Okay, instead of here I come, you see how I'm coming. I'm already changing the angle of my sword, which is very easy to see because it's side to side. But if I'm here and I start pushing, coming at you, bang, and then I turn at the very end, right? So you fall, bang. It's all, and if you have to, literally go bang to get that timing right. And the bang allows you to allow that energy or the air to come out of your system better. All right, Margarita, coming at you. There we go. Let's see. Good. I bet you get a little more distance out of that. There you go. Good. Yes. Good. Remember not to get those feet back together at the end. That first foot falls out and should stay where it is. Good. That's better, Margia. Exactly. That foot didn't move this time. And remember, again, at the end. Okay. This is really starts becoming important, that air coming out of your system. Abelard coming to you. So, you know, it's very uncomfortable. You don't have to kia. You don't have to do anything. I don't care as long as you're pushing the air out actively. Bang! Whatever, however you engage your mind and your body together all at once. This is really important when we're throwing blows. Lots of people, a lot of times people get that feel where what's happening is they're never combining all of those bases together into one explosive shot. So it's important, the breath, the shot, the tension within your body expels out all in one spot. And this is why we're practicing this. One more, Abelard, I want to see it. All right, how's your knees, Abelard? Can you push me a little farther on this one? Okay, so don't be careful. I just wanted to make sure. Good. That's it. Remember, lead with your hip.
Not a lot.
Okay. I want you to trust yourself. You've been doing these forward and backwards. Push all the way up onto that toe, really slow. All the way up on a toe, now on the toes, and fall. There, you know, see how much closer you can be? So you have to, at the beginning of that, you have to trust the fall. Nice, Todd, by the way. Good, that's much better. All right, all right, there we go. Trust that lean, trust that lean. Good. Remember, get as much lean you can. That's the way. Good. You're really nice and explosive at the end there, Germanicus. That's what I'd like to see. Now, what I would like, I want to see both of your hands. Oh, and gone. So, exactly. I like your timing is getting really good in those spaces. I like that a lot. And gets over to you.
Another thing I noticed too is on the back out, I can use my free stick to cover it with a shot on the way out.
Yes, and get that, make sure whenever you're doing that, that shot is coming in their throwing zone. Right? Okay.
All right. Good. Now let's see that shot. Let's see you get a little more tension in that sword, Angus. Good. Let's do it again. Good. You cover a lot of space there, don't you?
Yeah, I got about 10 feet that I'm doing.
That's nice. That's
And I'm
the
getting about
idea.
the midpoint of the sword, so I could probably go back another foot.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's see who else we got here. I'm gonna pop over. Alessandra, are you doing these? I'm gonna replace you. I'm gonna get the spotlight. All right.
Yep, I am. Hang on. I've only got the
Alright.
door to use, so that's why I'm doing an offside rather than
I can shoot. Yeah, you get way
flaps a
back
bit,
there.
put the lights out, but okay.
Nope, that's fine. Nice, good back. You're doing a really nice drop into that front, right into your hips, or you're moving those hips really perfect. Yes, that is really good.
Cool, thanks. I really like that.
All
That's
right,
going to
everybody.
get somebody a lot taller than me who doesn't expect me moving that fast.
Yeah, exactly. And you're disguising that movement, which is really good. It's like, now I'm going to make Louis go ahead and show it. Good. So Louis is actually going ahead and doing, go ahead. He's doing a little bit of double. He's doing high-low here. So this is, and we saw Germanicus kind of do this too. Okay.
Drop both knees and pull the hand across.
And as you hear Louis talking about, so you throw high, throw low. This is a really good one. But make sure you're dropping in your stance when you're throwing that second one. You got it. So here he is. Again, these guys have above 10 or more right now. A little lean on that one. Okay. So here we are. We're just falling. I got a short sword, so here we are. We're falling in. Bang, drop. You see I drop? Bang. Okay. I don't do this. Bang, bang. I don't lean. Look at the angle of my sword when I lean is actually going down. This is how people hit others in the knee. Same thing. I'm going to throw a leg shot on Louis, standing right here like when I'm normally fighting. And if I do this, my angle of my sword is going down. This is how lots of people get hit in the knee a lot. But if I change that and I eventually bang and I drop, look, now it's coming horizontal. It is very hard to block a horizontal shot. Your shield actually has to block it. There's no angle block. Okay, so I want to see people throw a double, high, low.
Get a little bit lower.
This would be really important for you. Up too low, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that. All right. So you can see they're throwing high, low. Yeah, you got that angle of your sword. It's probably 2 o'clock. Try to pull it back into 1. Okay.
Right, that elbow in a little.
Yeah, watch your hands. Probably a little higher than needs. Drop it into the shoulder. All right. All right. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I want to see some doubles. Okay, here we go. Abelard, this is you. Good. Nice. And if you have bad knees, this is the time to do the second one nice and slow. Because this is what this is going to do is strengthen your legs so that you can do them. Also, even if you can't do it fast, you can do it smooth, right? And smooth is fast if you do it right. Nice, Abelard. Okay, Germanicus, on you. Good. Nice little hook around. Nice.
No, not this
Good.
one first. This one first. Lefty will kill you. Keep this one. Don't keep this one. Throw this one first. There we go.
You're just adding the fall off to the side. What Germanicus is doing. That's why that's working that way. All right, replacing with Todd or Angus. Let's see. I know you're running out of room. Now just take shorter step on that first
Try and
one.
visualize it, you like,
Remember that this is made so you can essentially go a long distance, but it doesn't have to be. You can still do a short drop step. You could be less than 10 feet away. A little step, bang, bang. Right? Nice. That's a better drop, Angus. Now I just want same side head. So this time through same side head instead of the off side.
Okay.
So on. Yes. So the key on and on when you're throwing onside, bang, you have to, that drop is allowing you to cock your sword again. You see how that elbow comes back when you're dropping? That gives you that time to get back into good form so you can throw a hard shot. Good. That's what I like to see. Alexander, you're next. All right. I'm on.
You all right? I don't have the room to go same side. So
Okay.
I've been dropping and throwing an offside leg, and I'm trying to keep my hip back at the beginning when I land, so I can rotate it for that. Okay.
Nope, that's the way to think about it. You got to change things. Nice. Drop into that offside. Good. Yep. Very nice drop on that offside. You're actually, your body, you're doing a nice job. And I'm going to show everybody what she's doing because I really like it. So she's throwing an offside leg. And I'm going to do it with Louis after. So I'm going to show a couple of things here. One is Alessandra's doing an offside because she doesn't have the room. So what happens is, yeah, exactly. So start, go ahead, get rid of the pole. Okay. Yeah, because you won't get past it. So what she's doing is she's falling in, bang, and then bang. So there's in this effort, when you're doing this, so a couple of key things when you're throwing shots like doubles. One is, if you leave your hand out here, just dropping it down, your shield's gonna get in the way and you're gonna have no power. It's bang, so I fall in, bang. This elbow comes back to this body. She's actually back in. Even when I'm just dropping down to the leg shot here, it comes back to you. So what she's doing is bang, and then she drops right in here, and bang, right here. She just turns that off to the outside, but she's dropping into it. This is what creates that power, is the drop. All right, so take that as a note. Same thing keeps that power over here. This is another thing, and we saw this with Sivert. Is he's falling in, bang, and then he pulls his hand in. He doesn't bang and then leave it out here and try to swing outside his body. It is this. Bang, right across that body.
Hey, Bronis, can you turn 90 degrees? You're getting blocked by Louis a little bit.
So can you see that?
Either that way or the other way.
How about this way?
Yeah, that would be better. Yeah,
Yeah, because we can see the sword. Yeah.
Here we are. I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna fall in, bang. See this, the sword comes across my body, it's here. See this?
Yep.
Pull that right into your.
Pull that elbow right into your gut. Bang, bang. This sword's coming here. Literally just twisting my leg. Bang, bang. Okay, just a little bit hip can get in there, but you're nice, and I'm low. Shield's above my head. So on the opposite leg, it's, here we are, bang, bang. Same thing. Elbow still, I'm not coming way out here. I'm not coming way outside my body. Like this. I'm coming like this. Elbows in. Right, because that makes it easier for me to get outside of that, outside. Bang, bang. Here. So it's here, I drop. This is coming straight and then pushing out. Okay? I'll have Louis demonstrate. Louis does these very, very well. He does them a lot.
You should almost feel as your elbow is pulling in, your hands pushing out at the same time. So it's almost rotating in the middle, but it should feel like you're pulling the elbow in and push it.
So here he goes. Just throw the offside. Oh, offside leg. So you can watch his feet actually on this. They actually turn. He pushes that hip forward. See how he's pushing the hip? So if many people throw the offside, they pull that hip. You see what happens when he's pulling away from the power? His power is actually going backwards. And he's losing range.
Right, it's a whole lot better if you're boxing to throw a punch as you're stepping forward than to try to throw a punch as you're stepping back.
This is a very difficult shot, but I just want to show it so you start understanding it. Do it slow. But remember, just like drop first, take it, and then push your hip and push the sword, bang. Okay? The same thing actually keeps on to the head. Throwing offside. Again, he's pushing the hip. Okay, we got a lot of people, when they throw an offside, they kick that hip back. So now you're losing range. You're gaining some rotational energy, but you're losing that range. And
But it turns my hips, it leaves the whole back of my head open.
right. Does that make sense? Good.
And it pulls my shoulder away, so I lose power.
Yep. Again, you got to be careful. Anytime you're throwing offsides with your hip going backwards, you're gaining rotational power, but you're losing. You could literally be losing your power by your power is going backwards. Abelard said Louis turning clockwise on the offside leg shot blows his mind there.
I had just never thought about it. I've always just rotated back. I've never thought about rotating.
So, what makes it feel like that makes sense is I get to pull my hip and my arm together. I can't make my hip and my arm both rotate in the same direction because I have nothing to counter that force. But I can sure pull the two together pretty hard.
Well, I get it. I just never I never thought about that.
And the good part about doing that is all your defense is still in front of you. Like Louis said earlier, if you're turning, then all of a sudden, for Louis, turn around into this position. So here he is. He pushes. He still has his shield up over here, compared to he pushes this way, and he has to lean to get to that leg. And now I got outside throws. He's off guard. His angles are all behind him. You know, same with the offside head, right? So he throws that offside head. It's over his head. Bang, he pushes. You see it's keeping his hand high. His hand's coming outside that shield. The shield's still in front of his head. Now he goes the other way. Okay, or he flicks. Look how high that elbow is, right? So if I'm flicking at the same time, now we're fundamentally what I call gun shooting. It's whoever gets there faster or more accurate.
Tarquin always wins.
Yes, Tarquin always wins in those. All right, so those are just something to think about, some shot stuff, because I think it's really important to constantly think about those things. The last piece we're going to try, and then we're going to be done, is we are going to build. There's a lot more of these kinds of steps we're going to go through in the future. But in this one, what we're going to do is we're going to fall in again, bang, bang, and then rotate. So this is two movements. Here I am, fall in, rotate one side, and go back. If you have room, fall in, rotate the other side. Now, let's talk about the rotation. Fall in. This isn't easy. This is a behind. You could do lots of different rotations. I could just do a gather step rotation. We did all of these last week against Bob or round circle, right? So this is, I'm changing my range. I'm now doing essentially round circles around my opponent. So we got all those different round circles we could do, right? So I could fall in, bang, bang, cross flip. I could fall in, bang, bang, front cross foot. I don't like that as much.
Yeah, pull the range shorter.
I could fall in, bang, bang, gather. Again, find the one that's most comfortable to you. Just practice that one.
And I would say if you're going to throw a leg shot on the step, then maybe it's different than you're gonna throw a headshot behind the head.
Right?
So the feet may change and give you different opportunities.
The key here is that we start throwing and moving. This is a fundamental to a boxer. Punch, move. Throw, move. Right? Change where you are so they have to adjust to find you. So in that time of adjustment, they can't be throwing. Or if they throw, you're already gone. Does that make sense? So let's see, fall in, and then a move to either direction. Good, good, Angus. That's what I want to see. Okay, so Margarita asked, how is it if we do both offsides? Like high offside, low offside. So for Margarita, I'm going to go pin myself here for a second. So here I am. I could fall in, bang, and then again, this elbow pulls in. You see, the elbow is not pulling out here. The elbow is pulling in, and you're like dropping the elbow to the ground. All this body is pushing back, and then bang. When you throw out, then you extend that arm. So what it looked like, and I'm not gonna let me get a little further back. Here I am. What it's gonna look like is fall in, bang, bang. Look at that arm never came out. The elbow never came back to the shoulder. I'm here, but I'm still straight. Still in front of my opponent. Now I can step off and throw a wrap. All right, on you. Good. Don't lean over quite as much as drop. Bang, drop. See how you want to tend to lean? So you got a little hook in there, hook. So what's happening a little bit is you're leaning. So I want you to fall, throw the offside head, stay perfectly still. Hold it there. Okay, hold it there. Now just drop. Drop the whole thing down. Yeah. And then push. There, perfect.
Okay,
See how you keep your back straighter.
okay, I'll work on that.
Okay,
Thank you, Bronis.
no problem. Good part about keeping that back straighter is defensively you're stronger.
Yep.
All right, on you, Grammaticus. There we go. Good, nice floating around and throwing at the same time. Just make sure you hit that first throw on the drop step in. The idea is make sure that you're not cheating your good first step straight at your opponent. Because
So is it when the back foot lands what you want to throw, or when you get back into stance?
So the idea is as soon as that back foot hits the ground going straight at your opponent, you have your first shot.
Okay.
And then you can change your direction. That's two different movements. If you do it too soon, your opponent knows where you're falling. If you do it perfectly, one position at a time, he's like coming straight at me. Oh, I got to block something, and then you're rolling around them while they're blocking.
Okay, so if I'm going to break the movement down,
Yeah, first. Yep.
this
All
is
in.
where I want to, right here's where I want to throw.
Yep. So as that foot falls, you should be throwing. Remember, lean, fall, bang. There you go. Get the idea? You see the difference?
Yeah.
Good.
I just got to keep my eyes open while I'm doing it, so as my opponent moves, I know where he is.
And the good part is, yes, because you could be rolling right into him. But the good part is you're going to have better movement, so you're going to change. You can change your center of direction easier than they can.
Yeah, my problem has been not rolling into him. It's been rolling out of him and cheating my shot because I'm not in range and throwing a distance, and that's never good.
Right. And probably where the biggest weakness is not reading where your opponent is. So you gotta dedicate to the throw, quick read, and then you fall into the next position at the same range. Right?
Right, because back to what I was saying earlier, throwing it not where he is now, but where he's going to be.
Yep. All right, let's see, Alessandra, let's see what you're doing over there.
All right, I got you.
This is going to be a challenge for space. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to step forward for the side to the offside leg, the shot to the offside leg, and then I'm going to try and moulinet back out again.
Just make sure you're not moving too far. Just use the space you have. The good
Okay.
part. Good. That's a perfect. So you went in for the offside, and then you actually disengaged backwards, which is perfectly fine.
That
Because-
was all arm though. I wasn't happy with my hips enough. I've got the idea, but I just need more hip in there.
That's all right. You don't have the room right now. Your much of your thought is around the room around you and not hitting stuff. So a lot of times that power and generation, that clear mind is difficult in that position.
Okay, I just need to do some domestic chores, I think, but that's me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. So I hear you.
All right, Vim, let's see. Good, nice gather step to that outside motion there. You see why it's important? You can see how you turn around somebody, right? So the good part here is what we learned. Yeah, very nice. What we learned here is we're taking what we learned last week on those rotational steps and turning it into one step and then a throw and a rotation. Got it. Very nice. That's the way. All right, on you, Tessa. Ah, there's a face. Got the weights. Very good. Very good. That's the way to push yourself. Nice. Nice going back step. Good. Good. You're doing great. All right. Okay, Nessa, be careful of those knees, okay? All right. You look good, though. I know she does. All right, Abelard. I know she got those legs, man. I'm like jealous.
I think she's showing us a bruise.
Oh, and the bruise. Yeah, that's a very nice bruise. I'm not jealous of that. All right, let's see, Abelard. Good, nice roll around there. That's the idea that we're pulling from last week. Now, Abelard, I really want you to focus on your breathing and focus on your strike. All right. You got it. I want to get that explosion. Breathe out. Hey, hey, hey. You can slow it like if you're going to throw 3 shots, it's going to be 3 breaths. Hey, hey, hey. Yep. Good. That's the idea. Again, we have to pull in that mind and body and, you know, all of that mushy stuff. But the idea is that exhaling and explosiveness of energy is something we learn. I often show people how that's learned by standing in front of them and go, okay, hit me. And they'll be like, bang, 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 you know, just no energy. And I'll be like, I'm going to tell you when to throw now. And I'll be like, throw. And they're like, ah, and hit. And they're like, oh my God, you know, it all explodes at one point. And it's because I made them create a burst of energy in their body because they're like waiting and they're waiting and they're waiting. It's like, ah, and then they do it. The key is you need to control that, not your opponent. The more you can control yourself in a fight, not only in throws, but in the complete fight, the better fighter you are because you can clear your head faster. You can analyze things faster. You can do everything better. And then the explosiveness at the end of the shot becomes, you don't power through things. You can just do things and the explosiveness becomes natural. It's something you don't have to think about. All right. So we got quarter 2. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to fight here. We're gonna drop off of Facebook. But I am going to leave. We had a couple of people ask if we could leave it running while people are fighting. You guys don't stay here. But we're going to leave some cameras running while they're fighting so they can just watch some fighting. But I'm going to go ahead and let all the others go. And but I'll answer questions while we're here, while they're getting in armor. I'll change the thing back to me. There you go. And go ahead. We're signing off Facebook.
Bye,
Bye, Facebook.
Hope you had fun.